All right, guys, so here we are in the middle of a cluster cuss of epic proportions. Had somebody try to steal this Kia Sorento, and they did a real number on the key barrel. As you can see, they went at it pretty hard. Ended up basically damaging everything inside of here. This is what it looked like. Kind of drilled out, hammered at, you name it. There was a lot of stuff going on. Surprisingly, they were not able to steal it. So here I am, left here to replace it. And I've got the replacement part. So we're going to go through step by step on how we're going to replace this. Now, you wouldn't just have to do this if the car was stolen. Maybe your key barrel is, your ignition barrel is damaged, it won't turn, your key, you need to rekey it or whatever. The same process involved, but we'll go through each step here real quick and catch you up on that. Okay, so they left the steering column kind of tore up like this, and they couldn't get after it. Hopefully this isn't all so damaged that I can't put it back together, but I am going to go ahead and replace this part. The trouble is that you have these anti-theft and shear style bolts here with no heads on them, and you can see I started to work on this one. It's got some gnarls, and I've got it backed out a ways. So I found that pretty much about the only thing I could do, and maybe there's somebody out there if you want to comment how you did it different. I could, of course, take the steering wheel off, and I'm still thinking about that, but I basically am just getting a flat blade on here and then using a hammer to then drive it around. And as you can see, I've had some success with that. I'd kind of hoped at this point it would be a thumb or finger tight or finger loose and able to just be able to reach down there and get it off, but it is still fairly tight. So I'm gonna keep working on it. I might just get some lubrication and spray on that and see if that helps me out at all. But I've got this side to do here, and then I think what I'm gonna do to put it back together is I'm actually gonna take the ones that came with the new one, and I'm gonna go ahead and just cut a slot in them with my Dremel, just so I can put them back on with a flathead, or maybe even do a Phillips in there, because I think there's enough room for me to get down on top of that to tighten it and not deal with the anti-theft thing. They didn't go after that at all. They actually went at it from this side. So it's kind of a weird place to decide, hey, these bolts are the ones we want to protect. But anyway, that's how I did it. I was basically breaking these up with a flat blade on each one, and then hitting that with a hammer and turning it. And like I say, you can see I've got it several twists out just doing that. So that is definitely possible. So let me get back to this other side and we'll go from there. Okay, so on this side over here, I was able to get these small vice grips on it and break it enough. I'm still hoping for finger tight, which we're getting there, or finger loosen, I guess, at this point. And it's getting there. It just is an awkward place. As you can see, I went at it with the hammer and chisel style there for a minute. That did scar it up, but again, this is the part I'm taking out. I'm not too worried about it. I've got the replacement part in there. Obviously, I don't try to mar up and break things, but a piece that I know I'm going to take out and throw away, I'm not too worried about it, just trying to get it out. And so, you know, this is me struggling. I'm sure there's some easier way, but this is what I figured out. So I got it loose with a chisel and a hammer, and I've been working on it with this set of vice grips here for a second. So anyway, we'll get the other one. The other one's out all the way. It's not that long of a bolt, so I don't have too much further to go, but it is there nonetheless. So we'll keep working. So I was able to get it out. Like I showed you, I was able to use the just a combination of the vice grips and a little chisel and hammer style to get that out. I am gonna, on my other one, I'm gonna actually put a groove in that so I can use a flat blade to tighten it up rather than mess with that nonsense. The problem is these guys really did a number. You know, behind the steering wheel here is where a couple of these hex head bolts or screws held this into the actual steering column. Those are broken off right here, and so I'm gonna have to kind of decide how to fix it. I've got some plastic weld. I might be able to do that, but it's going to be taking off the steering wheel just so I can get to that. So we'll see. I'm going to worry about getting this hooked back up first. This has 3 clips, and then it has a couple of wire harness holders. So this holds a big wire harness, but it only clips these 3 clips. There's one off the back here. Let's see, where is it? Where am I looking? Oh, there it is. There's one off the back there. There's that red wire there, and then there's this other white wire up here, and that's it. The other harnesses can be held in place you can see right here. There's a wire harness that's going to get snapped back into the whole assembly there. But other than that, that's it. So we'll go ahead and get this thing swapped out and make sure the car will start, and then we'll worry about the cosmetic sides of it in a second. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just take my Dremel here with a little cutoff wheel, and I'm going to grind myself in just a slot for either a flat blade. I might just go across and just so I can get a Phillips in there, but I think that's going to be a lot easier. Now you notice I have 4 bolts here. 2 of them came off of the car, and 2 of them came off the part that I bought. So I have 4. I'm just going to do all 4 just in case I cross-thread one of these or something, but while I've got the Dremel out, I'm just going to do that and see how it goes. So we'll kind of just fit these just like that, and make those into at minimum a flat blade screw, and maybe I'll come across and do a Phillips. Okay, so I went ahead and cut those. I actually did the Phillips, and I've got a test here on the driver that I'm going to use. I need a little bit of a long shaft there to get in there, and I've got a pretty good tightness. The good news is these don't need to be seated super tight, but I can also even put some of my Loctite on there. But I tested these out, and each one of them fit in there good enough to definitely be able to spin this better than with chisel and a hammer. So anyway, we'll go from there. I'm gonna let these cool down. I'll go ahead and put my Dremel away while I'm doing that. Okay, I guess I should have filmed that as I was putting that back in, but just a couple of things. One, this main harness here, this harness needs to kind of go underneath this. So first thing is kind of feed the new piece, the bottom half of it, underneath that, and that kind of creates a loop. Might be able to see it better from this side here. But yeah, that big wire harness on the bottom's got to go there. And then this one wrapped up around the actual key barrel there. And then just made the connections. Now I've started my, just started to finger tighten these screws that I slotted. And we'll get a tool on those now, but I just finger tightened them, got them ready to screw in. But I'm actually pleased with the way that those slots fit, and should be able to tighten that up onto the column pretty easy. So let me get to that real quick. Yeah, and for those of you wondering, did that work? Oh my gosh, look at the difference between trying to take that out with a chisel and a hammer or a set of vice grips, and I can put that in. I guess that's the point. They wanted this to be a security feature, but just did exactly what I was hoping it would do. It seemed kind of unnecessary to me to make that a security issue. Anyway, some engineer smarter than me, makes a lot more money than me, decided that, and I don't know why, but there we are. I've got that. I'm gonna wait to snug it until I get the other one done, but that is an absolute success. So if you are having the same trouble, go ahead and slot. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the breakdown of all the tools that I used in this. That's just a joke, actually, but you know, you can tell how frustrated you get based on the progression of the size of the hammers that you work with. So anyway, I brought a lot of tools out just because it looked like I could do this and that, and by and large I ended up doing what I did. But I think if you're like me, you wind up with a lot of tools out for a simple job. Okay, I've got it back in. I've got the top piece in place. I'm going to put the bottom in, see how that bottom looks without taking the steering wheel off and trying to repair any of that plastic. We'll see what I can make it look like. So, but on this side, obviously, much better. So I'll get the fob back on the key, And I mean, but this is kind of what I was dealing with, a broken turnstile. I mean, pieces of that ignition everywhere. So anyway, I'll get the bottom on and we'll go from that screw